karma yoga. Why? Because it gives chitta shuddhi. So what is this chitta shuddhi? As I told you, spirituality is equal to purity. If you are not pure, spiritual life will not start for you. So I want purity, and that purity is given by karma yoga very fast. That's why we prefer it. And what does it do? It helps us grasp subtle truths. As I told you, what is spirituality? Moving from the gross to the subtle. I am in a stool world. Whatever I am seeing or perceiving is stula. Now I am going to go to Sukshma level. I am going to grasp subtle truths which I have not known or seen till now. So this Karma Yoga will prepare me to grasp subtle truths. So Holy Mother once said, you should live very carefully. Every action produces results. Like every word we say, every work we do, all those things have a result. So none can escape this karma chakra. The moment we are as if, drawn into this whirlpool of karma. So there is another term which Shastras insist. Now we are here, this earth. This is known as a karma bhumi. And there are many descriptions of heaven and hell in each and every religion. Every religion has this. How do you describe hell? I learnt a very interesting hell punishment. What is that? Like the person, he will have a very big stomach, but his mouth will be like a needle. That needle, that point where we put that thread in, that thread refuses to go in and you have to try all your best to get inside that. So that hunger is always in your stomach, but you can't eat because your mouth is like that needle, and you will be put in a place full of delicacies. So this is the punishment which will be given to you in hell. And so in heaven we see that many, how many examples are there of heaven. So see, but those bhumis, they are known as bhoga bhumi. Like whatever work you will do here, whatever karma you will do here, it will give you a result. It will give a phala. That's what we say, karma phal. It can be good or it can be bad. So accordingly, if I have done imagine our legends, they always give very interesting anecdotes so that we can remember it. So we all know of Yamadharmaraja. He is sitting there in his Simhasan throne, and there is a Chitragupta to his right, and he is noting this person, he gave some rice to somebody else. Okay, credit him. Okay, and this person, that same he uttered a lie. Okay, then debit. So what's that lie? Did it give rise to some good to someone? Okay, then 25% you can cut off. Or if he has really done something so that others are getting pain, then no, this is 99% of evil, like that. So this punya karma and papa karma, and as soon as a particular jiva dies, and then he will go up. That's how legends say. Then Puranas will say that he will read out. Yamadharmaraja, he is the king, so he won't read. He will ask that person to read, and then no amount of goosh or whatever you give will not help, because you are going alone. You came alone, you will go alone. And then he will read out everything to you, and accordingly Yama will say, oh, take him to hell or take him to heaven. So after you finish your punya phala or papa phala, again you come down to this earth to again work. So this is the only place which is karma bhumi, wherein you can create your future, heaven or hell. So this is a very, very special place, number one. And second, this is the only place where you can get mukti. No other place. Wherever you go, you have to come back, take a human form, human birth, and again do austerities, tapasya, and reach your goal. So this is the only place where you can reach mukti. So many people, they choose to come down as human beings. Even though many people, in the sense, those higher beings in various spheres. So why do they choose? And again, nothing is free, everything comes at a cost. And so here dangers are many. Like Maya is lurking everywhere, so many temptations. But still, comparing the pros and cons, you can progress very fast, very speedily in human life. So that's why people prefer this, our bhumi. This is karma bhumi. So you cannot escape this karma chakra. So what's the way out? You have to stay here, stand here, know the way, how are you going to go out. Learn the technique and go out. So that is again karma yoga. So everyone does karma, but only a sadhaka can do karma yoga and go out of this karma chakra. So all religions accept karma vada, but there are certain religions who give only one chance. You have only one chance. In your life, 100 years, many of us don't go till that, maybe 80 years or 90. So then whatever you will do, if you are a very bad person, then you are not going to have another chance. There you are. You are going off to eternal hell. Otherwise, if I was a good person, then I'll go off to eternal heaven. So there are some religions which say like this. But Hinduism doesn't believe in this eternal damnation theory. It always says you have a chance. So that's how Swamiji has said very beautifully. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. So there is no need for you to get disheartened that I have spent my life in vain. What did I do? See, awareness doesn't come to everyone at the right time. Not everyone get chances, correct chances. Maybe I have passed, like I have lived 50 years, 60 years, then I have an urge to go towards religion. So all my efforts, like I wasn't, what do you say, a very dhova tulsi pata, they say in Bengali. I wasn't a very, very good person, but that doesn't matter. Even Holy Mother says, okay, you have done something wrong, resolve that you won't repeat it and you go forward. So that is the beauty of Hinduism. But earlier acharyas, they did not accept this path, karma yoga. What they said was, karma is always binding us. Karma will never help me to go beyond the fetters. So they say that tat karma yanna bandhaya sa vidya ya vimuktaye. So only that thing is good for me, which will remove all my fetters. Only that knowledge is good for me, which will help me to go forward. Ayasaya param karma vidyanya shilpa naipunam. Like I can show off my learning. I can impress people with my knowledge, but it will not help me. Another beautiful anecdote from Thakur. A Pandit and Pandit was asking for a boat ride. Okay, and then a storm rose, and in between the Pandit was always asking this boat person, do you know this? He said, no. Well, anyway, you all know that story. Then finally the boatman said, do you know how to swim? He said, no. Then said, then be happy with your Vedas and Vedanta. So unless something helps me, which will free me, then there's no point in collecting information. See, so my point should not be to go around and collect all sorts of information and jam my head with that. Okay, so whenever somebody, I don't say that I shouldn't know things, but my goal should not be merely collecting information, but I should support it with the desire for liberation, mumukshatva. That's what the scriptures say. And then again they say that every work, like every being is bound by work, is it not? As soon as I do a work, I am going to be bound by that work. Only atmadhyana, only the knowledge of the self will give me liberation. So those who want liberation will shun work. These were the older philosophies. But when Swamiji came and said, work is not, work, actually work was famous for, karma was famous for klesha and kalaha. Wherever there is work, there is going to be some sort of problem. You do a work and you can come out exhausted. Either you come out exhausted and you are more exhausted with trying to adjust with people, trying to fight with people in putting your principles in front than doing that work. That's why people prefer to work alone. If I work alone, at least I'll have some composure. But the moment I enter in with someone else, I'm going to come out more frustrated and more dejected. But unfortunately, again I said, we cannot escape karma. We should know how to do karma. So somebody said, told Swamiji, you are advocating karma yoga. Swamiji never taught Vedanta in India, but very few lectures. And somebody asked him, why are you not preaching Vedanta? So you know that famous answer, now we need work. Indians, we need work, and the scenario hasn't changed much. Even now we need work. But then also he said, some other persons, they came and told Swamiji, why haven't other acharyas advocate this way? You are saying this karma yoga and other things. We haven't heard of Acharya saying this. And then Swamiji says, that's because it was kept for me. So that's why, see, these glimpses, these show their nature. Otherwise, they are so humble. They just don't, I think Swamiji, he says, no, Ramakrishna Dasovayam. So he doesn't say that I am somebody very great. A person commented, that person had moved with many VIPs, I forget the name, but then he said that whenever I moved with some a very great person, very great political leader, I felt how low I was. Oh, this person is someone very high, he's a VVIP and I am an ordinary person, okay. But when I moved with Vivekananda, I felt, yes, I can be a Vivekananda. So that's the beauty of prophets. They come down to your level and they help you to go up. But within that, sometimes they make some comments so that we can understand, yes, they are not ordinary beings. So what is karma? Karma comes from the Sanskrit dhatu kri. Kri means to do. Very simple. Every person, any work you do, it will have a result. Very simple. If I do good works, I am getting good results. If I am going to do bad works, I am going to get bad results. And Hindu scriptures say that, see, someone is blind or someone is lame. So all these things is because of my karma. Sometimes things are very good for me. I am getting a promotion, I am getting, all are praising me, etc., etc. And sometimes everything is going down and down and down. So all these consequences, all these circumstances are because of my karma. And then they say, farmers will know this very well. I am sowing a beej, a seed. And after some time, I'll get a crop, plant. If I sow a cotton, I don't know, I'm not very good in which tree comes out of, which plant comes out of which seed. So sunflower, if I sow sunflower seeds, after some months, I'll get a sunflower. If I put some iris, I don't know how iris comes out of seed or whether it's done well anyway, some plant will come out of that. Like that, whatever I will do, karma, it has two sides. One is internal, within me. A seed is sown. How is that seed is sown? I want to do something. I desire to do something. So that's the internal thing. A beej is inside me. And outside, I get that result. I want to get good marks in maths. So I go on doing, that's the sankalpa. That's the beej which is within me. And at the end of the quarterly exam, I get good marks. So that is the result. So these are two parts. And again, what does Hinduism say? Mumukshatva and Mokshala. Thakur says, Manusher, Uddesha, Isharla. So Shankaracharya says, Yastvatmaikya muktau na yateta mudadi sakhyatmahasvam vinihantya sadvrataha. Suppose a person, he has got this human birth, but he is not trying for Atma Sakshatkar, to know the self. He is not trying. He is quite okay. He is just leading his life, a mundane life. And he says he has committed suicide because you have lost an opportunity. You have lost the glorious opportunity of trying to get yourselves freed from this from these bondages. But you have lost your opportunity, so you have committed suicide. So this effort of an aspirant that I will try to know God, I will try to go towards this Atman. I will take all the efforts which are necessary, which will help me to go reach that goal. That is known as Purushakara. That is the effort, that is self-effort, the effort to be free. And then what again our acharyas have said, that karma cannot give mukti directly. Okay, dhyana can give mukti directly. Jnana can give mukti directly. But bhakti can give mukti directly, but not karma. But what does, so why should I do that? If it doesn't give me mukti, why should I go behind that? Just because am I a slave that I am being forced to do work by forces unknown to me? Just because I am they were like dogs. They are tamed by us. Like that, I am tamed by some spirit in the power in the universe, and that has forced me to become a human being, and that is forcing me to do work. So am I being dragged through work? Why should I do this work? That is because it will lead to chitta shuddhi. It will lead to purification. It might not give me mukti directly, but it will give me purification of mind, and then it will lead to amritatva, liberation. That's why I have to do karma yoga. And karma yoga, as I told you, it's the base of all yogas, and you cannot do any other yoga without this karma yoga, because Gita says the very fact that you are living is also karma. If you don't do karma, you are not going to live. Suppose I say I will not do anything else, I will only sit in a place and I will do jnana yoga and anything else. I am not deriding any yoga, but karma yoga is suitable for our age. That's why it has become very popular. There were ages, especially in our country, we are proud to have rishis who have been doing very high intellectual thoughts, like the lofty ideas, of Hinduism in the world. The entire world has come out of these Himalayas. So there were people who had the caliber to spend hours in intellectual pursuits. Or you had certain Gopalirma, a young widow, but for hours she used to do japa and think of Gopala. But in this age, we do not have such a capacity to think higher thoughts or be in higher, levels continuously. So for us, ordinary sadhakas, karma yoga is helpful. It's beneficial. That's why it can be. And another thing is, like the white cloth, it will go with any color. There are some colors which won't go with another color. You cannot combine, say, for a very deep orange with some very deep black, like that one. It will jar your eyes. But white will go with anything else. Like that, this karma yoga can be done with any other yoga. It can be mixed with any other yogas. So where does this karma yoga start? Is it something new? Then we can see that the first document, the first record of karma is in Rig Veda. We know we have 4 Vedas, and Rig Veda is the oldest Veda. And this karma is there, where Shatapatha Brahmana, that praises yajna. Like we were a society, basically all idols and other things, grand temples came much later. We used to worship Agni. Mainly our society was chanting and offering oblations in that Agni. So that yajna was very popular. That was the thing which was going on in, even now that yajna is somehow is there. Like in our ashramas we do yajna and other things, but even at home, you light a lamp. So that's the micro version of that yajna. Previously our ancestors used to do that in a very grand scale. They used to have, even now I know certain families who maintain yajna in their homes. But now Agnihotri, Brahmins and others are there, but they are very less. So now what we do is, morning and evening we light a lamp. And if you don't light a lamp, if you don't like oily, messy things, you just switch on the electrical light. So somehow or other, modern or ancient way, it's there.
Even
so
Havan is also that.
Havan is yajna. Yajna is Havan. But I am just telling you that fire worship has stayed. Even now it has only taken a modern form. So yajna is the greatest work, and it says that through Agni Chayan yajna a man can reach immortality. Then the sloka is Tametam Vedanu Vachanena Brahmana Vividishanti Yajnena. The Brahmins desire to know the Atman through the study of Vedas and Yajnas. So, who is a Brahmana? Any person who is interested in knowing the Brahman is a Brahmana. That's the modern definition given by Swamiji. And then the second proof of karma we find in Mahabharata, in Shanti Parva, that they say that when a man's sins are erased, like we never use the word sin actually, it's papa, papa is error actually. So it is erased, he becomes fit to know. Today morning I was telling you about adhikari. You should become fit to know something. Like if I want to know something about that Agni missile, I have to go to that lab, get a special training, and then only I will know how that Agni is fired, and etc. I can't be a layman and just say that I want to know about that, please let me in. I will not be let in. So if you want to go to the enter the spiritual path, you should also become an adhikari. You should have interest in spiritual matters, and not merely having interest is not enough. You should take efforts to show your interest in concrete form. So that also they say this chitta shuddhi will give rise to that jnana ichha. I would like to know about the Brahman. If your chitta is not pure, you are not going to walk that path at all. Again I told you, our scriptures say that we are also refined pashus. Pashu means animals. Only thing is they say that ahara, bhaya, nidra, mithun, all these things are common. I am also sleeping, tiger is also sleeping, I am also hungry, and that is also hungry, I am also scared, that is also scared, I am also having children, and the animal is also having its own children. But so what's the difference? Only difference is a human being wants to enhance himself, while the animal is satisfied if it gets its own work done for the day. And then again we find karma, the karma mentioned in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It says punyo vai punyena karmana bhavati papa pape neti. Through good works man becomes fit to attain good character. So why am I telling you this? This karma yoga is not something new. It's there. It was there. Only thing is, again it has, Swamiji has again rediscovered these things, and he has made it applicable to us.
Can I ask, Rigveda, you mentioned something where
Shatapatha Brahman.
Shatapatha Brahman.
Yes.
That is
Rigveda is a collection of many hymns, and Shatapatha Brahman is one such portion. Yes, you can call it a hymn or a portion that describes certain rituals. There are many parts like that. Like you have the Suktams, Devi Suktam, and many hymns and many instructions given. Actually, Vedas is a collection, and we should remember that we have lost many. So we don't know the exactly how many were there, or but generally we should remember this. Only the popular stays. Yes. So if it is not so much necessary for that particular age, people just leave it. Like that Ashwamedha Yajna was there. We have heard about that. But now if I go and catch hold of a horse and try to do a forest department will come behind me. So some things which are not applicable for that age is going to go off. But the important things stay. And the important things are the Upanishads, and they are there, luckily for us. And Swamiji has again cleared these things with us. I just wanted to show you that it's not something new, it's there from age over. Okay, so another thing is, so what happens when I do karma? It creates those seeds within me. That means it makes my character. We will discuss this later. And as I said, there are three types of karma that we discussed in the morning itself. So there are two things which happens when we do a work: karma phal and karma samskar. before I go into this samskar part, let me tell another, let me quote something else. Avashyameva bhuktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham. Whatever I do, the karma, whether it's good or bad, I have to undergo that. I have to take the results. Na bhuktam kshiyate karma janma koti shatairapi. Unless I experience that karma phala, it's transferred on and on and on and on. Yes, please.
Thought is also karma.
Thought is also
thinking. Is it also? Do I create karma then?
yes, yes. But then Holy Mother has given us an assurance that in Kali Yuga, mental karma, mental path is not taken into account. Otherwise, we are gone. Yes, yes. It also creates karma. So, karma phal and karma samskar. Karma phal, comparatively for spiritual aspirants, karma phal is okay. It's there, I'm just experiencing it and it's gone. But karma samskar is something very dangerous. It goes deep within me and it creates a tendency in me so that I am going to do that karma again and again. It's somewhat like I am getting addicted to that karma. Karma samskar is nothing but karma addiction.
We are already addicted.
Zero.
We are already addicted.
We are already addicted. That's why we have to try for de-addiction now. How do you de-addict yourself? That's where Gita comes in. So, Gita is the greatest of all scriptures, and Swamiji has explained it even more beautifully. But then I thought, let's discuss a bit of Gita and then we will go to what Swamiji says, because that's the modern explanation, but we should know the traditional, because Swamiji has told us that we should know our tradition, we should know our scriptures, because that's my treasure which has been passed down to me. As I told you, scriptures are my mother, like my mother. So they are going to take me to my goal, and they have this mantra shakti. Turiyananda Maharaj has said, if you are feeling depressed, if you are not feeling okay, then read a chapter of Gita, you will find yourself in elevated spirit. So that is the power the Gita has. So let's go to the third chapter in Gita, the Karma Yoga. And please chant with me one sloka, so you will know how to chant the Gita. I know you all will know, but still I thought that it will be nice to chant and then discuss it.
This is chapter
3.
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Karma Yoga. See, the greatest thing is Arjuna wanted to run away from the battle. He was the greatest warrior, and he had fought many battles even before he had just vanished the Kauravas, but he knew this was the final war and only one party will emerge, and we all know only 11 persons survived the Mahabharata war. So naturally, dilemma comes only to the good people. The worse people, they never hesitate to kill or loot or do something like that, But only dilemma is faced by good people. They don't know what to do and what not to do. They are confused. And that's why Sri Krishna, he should have told him, okay, fine, I am so happy because of satsanga and I am there. You have got this good tendency. You don't want to kill people. That's very good. Let's come. If Duryodhana doesn't give you, doesn't matter. With my yoga bala, I have created Dwaraka. I will create another one place for you. 5 of you come over there. Let's live in peace and joy and leave this Hastinapura and Indraprastha to the Vishayi Lok, because Vishayi people will always be happy with their material things. So let us go away. Let's walk out of the path. Okay, that's what Krishna should have told. But he didn't say that because he knew that you have to fight your way out. So that's why Gita is very, very useful for us, especially people who are in the world. So let me say Arjuna Uvacha. I will chant one sloka and you can join with me. Have you ever chanted the Gita? No. So I will chant one line. Please chant with me. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः अर्जुन उवाच ज्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् So I am not going to go in very detailed discussion of Gita because there are many lectures available, and our time is also quite short. So I will just give a glimpse of what is Karma Yoga and how is it useful for us. So Sri Krishna is said by Arjuna, he was his friend, and he said, "Thank you for confusing me. You have succeeded in confusing me totally." Because the previous chapter, Sri Krishna gave a very detailed explanation of what the Atman is, what the true nature of it is. And then he said that, so I am not able to understand anything because in one way you are telling that I have to fight, and again you are describing the Atman and Brahman and whatnot. And so if that Atman is neither killed nor it will be killed by others, if I am not fighting and if I am not killing and if others are not dying, so why should I fight and do so? Thanks for confusing me. So again, it's your responsibility to show me the right path. Yena shreyoham apnuyam. Just tell me something. Just tell me the way through which I will get what is good for me. Shreya means something which will give me lasting good. So please tell me that. And you know, it's the Lord also, He sees whether you unconditionally surrender or not. Unless you take refuge in Him, He is not going to tell anything to you. So that's His way of working. He wants you to come to Him, surrender to Him, ask Him. Then He will clear all your doubts. Because He has this freedom, He doesn't want you to be a copycat. He wants you to fight and He wants you to make your way. So Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Vivida Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam Na karmana manarambhan Naishkarmyam purushošnute Nacha sanyasana deva Siddhim samadhigacchati. Yes, I did tell two parts. Like again the thing of Adhikari comes here. Again I have to quote Thakur's words. A mother knows what is good for her child. So for some she makes certain dishes, rich dishes, because they can digest it. But for others she makes very simple dishes. So I have given two parts. But without doing work, you cannot reach Siddhi. Siddhi means success. Just because you are going to leave your work, that doesn't mean that you will attain success. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. You cannot be without work for even a second. These are very popular quotes from the Gita. So you will be forced to work by your By your gunas, by your nature. My nature is composed of 3 gunas. You all know that, sattva, raja, tama. When tamas is predominant, I feel like sleeping, I don't want to work. And when rajas is there, I want to work, I want to achieve something, etc. And when sattva is there, I want to contemplate, I want to do good things, etc. But because Arjuna was a warrior, his nature will force him to work. So even if I say no, I will become a hermit, you can't be one. It's a based effort. Karmendriyani samyamya
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य
yahaste manasa smaran
यास्ते मनसा स्मरन्
indriyarthan vimoodatma
इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा
mityachara sa uchyate.
मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते.
You are not working outside, but within your mind you are thinking of all those things. So Sri Krishna calls such a person a cheat. Like you are telling very big words, okay, but in your action you are not, you refuse to. That's a very funny story. There was a teacher who had a disciple. Very difficult to have a disciple. I am lucky to have you all. So that teacher, he went to the farm. For cultivation. Then he called the student, come and help me out. And he said, Guruji, मैं sadhana में हूँ. I am doing sadhana. You have instructed me. Think of Brahman, think of Atman, think of God. So मैं वही कर रही हूँ. Then again the Guru cultivated. He brought it. He prepared rice. He called. Whenever there was any work, he was repeatedly telling, मैं sadhana में हूँ. Then finally he finished cooking, and then again he called. I wouldn't have called, but the Guru was very too kind, so he called this disciple and he said, how long should I refuse you? I should obey the Guru's word, so let me go with you. So this is what is happening. You don't want to work, but internally you want to get the benefits. Such a person is nothing but a cheat. Yastvindriyani manasa niyamya rabhaterjuna karmendriyai karma yogam asakta sa vishishyate. But the person who controls his sense organs with his mind, like I told you in the morning, you should make your mind your friend, otherwise you are not going to progress in spiritual life. But once you convince the mind of the truths, higher truths, and you are not going to get anything by going round and round this ephemeral things, then the mind will help you and in controlling your sense organs. And then if you are going to work without attachment, now this is the theme of Gita. Repeatedly Gita will tell you to work without attachment. Such a person excels. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hyakarmanaha sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyeda karmanaha. So this is Krishna's decision for Arjuna and for us also. Do your work regularly. Work. And how should you work? You should work unattached, detached, and working is better than not working. Because if you don't work, you cannot even keep your body. Your body is going to decay off. So you have to work. Yajnarthat karmanon yatra loko yam karma bandhanaka tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara sahayajna praja srishtva puro vacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam.
प्रसविष्यत्वम्
अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम्
अनेन प्रसविष्यत्वम्
एष वोस्त्विष्ट कामधुक्.
एष वोस्तिष्ठकामधुक्.
Sometimes Gita has tongue tires so that you don't fall asleep, you know. If everything is easy, then it's easier to doze off. Devan bhavayata nena
देवानाभावयतानेन
te deva bhavayantu baka
ते देवा भावयन्तु वः
parasparam bhavayanta
परस्परं भावयन्त
श्रेय paramavapsyata
श्रेय परमवाप्स्यत
ishtan bhogan hi vo deva.
इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवान्
All these things are connected, so I am clubbing them together. Dasyante yajna bhavitaha
दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः
taidattana pradayaibhyo
ते दत्तानां प्रदायेभ्यो
yo bhunkte stena yeva saha.
यो भुङ्क्ते स्तेन एव सः
Which work will bind you? As we have been seeing, karma binds us. So which work will bind me and which will not bind me? Any work which is done as yajna will not bind me. What is yajna? Sacrifice. So he says that if you are going to work detached, if you are going to take your work as a sacrifice, meaning an offering for God or to the Brahman, whatever you believe in, then that work is not going to bind you. Then he is telling that Prajapati Brahma, when he created this world, he created the devas and us and said, you work together. How am I going to work together? Human beings will do yajna and that results will go up, and the devas, they will be happy with me because they are getting havi and they are going to give me my desired results. So like this, both of you will cooperate together and both of you will benefit together. So if I am not going to, now how did I get these items? Like say for food, how did I get it? If there is no rain, then I will not get that. That rain is being given by a particular devata. So if I am going to eat that all by myself, if I am not going to offer it to that particular devata, that means I am a thief. That's what Gita says. Yajnashishtashinas santo
यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तो
mucyante sarvakilbishaihi
मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः
bhunjate te tvagam papa
भुञ्जते ते त्वहं पापा
ye pachantyatma karanat.
ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्
Any person who is going to only enjoy things for himself is eating sin. That's why before we eat anything, we offer it to God. You know, I can't just cook anything and then eat it. That Brahmarpanam. That thing is, because whatever I'm eating, it's a gift from God. He has blessed me with this. All religions have this tradition of blessing the food because it's a gift from God that I am able to take a morsel. There are many who have not got even a morsel in their mouth. So I should not eat unoffered food. That means I'm eating sin. That's why they say that take prasad. It will purify your blood. So these are for people who are taking spiritual life seriously. If you don't want to, if you want to if you are satisfied in being in this ephemeral world, material world, if you want to lead a life of what do you say? I can't say advanced. Like there are new editions coming out, no, in Photoshop, in computers. There was Windows once 97. Now you have versions. Yes, right. Like that, if I am going to be a new and better version of an animal, if I am satisfied with leading an animal life, instead of walking in 4 legs, I am walking in 2 legs, and I am an enhanced animal. Go on. But if I am going to be a spiritual aspirant, if I want God seriously, then I'll go in for this yajna. And
also he's saying to share it with people. Means
it was always there in India. Always.
not
Any
only
person, any household, someone asked Swamiji, like, how did you survive? You don't do any work. So how did you, he said, I am working all over India.
Yeah.
He said two things. First he said, I have my famine relief fund. He was quite chubby, so he said, whenever I want, I will take from that. You are all like this, thin. So if you don't get food for one day, you will die. Like that. Swamiji made fun. Then he said, all over India, there are mothers who will never let go
that's true.
a son hungry. So this is always there in India. Household never cooks for itself. It was a tradition. Even Swamiji's mother, she used to wait after managing a very big household. When she was about to eat, there was some beggar who was coming out. Immediately she will go and give that food to him. So this tradition is always there. We never eat unoffered food. Yes, of course, materialistics are always there. As I told you, it's my choice whether I want spiritual life or whether I want to lead a material life. So rules are always for those who want to be good. For the worst case, only punishments are there. Annad bhavanti bhutani
Annabhavanti bhutani
parjanyadanna sambhavaha
parjanyadanna sambhava
yajnad bhavati parjanyo
yagyad bhavati parjanyo
yajna karma samudbhavaka
yajna karma samudbhava
karma brahmodbhavam vidhi
karma brahmodbhavam vidhi
brahmakshara samudbhavam
brahmakshara samudbhavam
tasmat sarvagatam brahma
tasmat sarvagatam brahma
nityam yajne pratishtitam.
nityam yajne pratishtitam.
So see a circle. The circle starts with me, any person, human being for that matter. I am made out of food. And that food comes out of rain. That rain comes out of yajna. And yajna is done by Vedas, Vedic chantings. And then how did this Vedas come? From Akshara, means Omkara. And Omkara is nothing else but Brahman. So Brahman is always present in yajna. So this is the subtle truth behind yajna. Evam pravartitam chakram
Evam pravartitam chakram
nanu vartayati hayaha
nanu vartayati hayaha
aghayurindriya ramo
aghayurindriya ramo
mogham partha sajivati.
mogham partha sajivati.
So as a part of this cycle, you are supposed to follow the spirit of sacrifice, but if you won't do, then as Shankara said, your life is a waste. You will live, you will enjoy, you will die, but you lost sight of something high for which you were given a privilege. You were given a chance, but you refused to take that privilege. Yastvatma ratire vasyad
Yasvatmaratiryasya
atmatriptascha manavaha
atmatriptasya manavaha
atmanyeva cha santushtas
atmanyeva cha santushtas
tasya karyam na vidyate.
tasya karyam na vidyate.
So should everybody work? No. A realized soul, he need not work. Naiva tasya krite nartho
naiva tasya krite nartho
na krite neha kaschana
na krite neha kaschana
na chasya sarva bhuteshu
na chasya sarva bhuteshu
kaschidartha vyapashrayah.
kashchidartha vyapashrayah.
Such a holy person, he doesn't have any selfish relations with anybody else. So he need not work because he is satisfied with his Atman itself. And then you see Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham is there. So everything about him is taken care of by the divine power. So only those people are exempt from work. Tasmadasakta satatam
तस्मात् सततं
Karyam karma samachara
कार्यं कर्म समाचर
Asakto hyacharan karma
असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म
Paramapnoti purushaka.
परमाप्नोति पुरुषः.
So work unattached. So if you work like that, if you work detached, you can achieve the highest. So I need some goals before me. A person who is playing cricket wants to know, see, there are some idols like Sachin Tendulkar, like that. So he will get inspiration and then he will play cricket and practice like that. So what about us who has achieved success by following this path? So Sri Krishna is telling that Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim
कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम्
Asthita janakadayaka
आस्थिता जनकादयः
Lokasangrahame vapi
लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि
Sampashyan kartumarhasi.
सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि.
The greatest example is Janaka, King Janaka. But he didn't say only Janaka, Janakadayaha. There are many others like Janaka who have worked detached and they have reached the goal. And even these people, they work as to set an example for others. They don't say that, see, I have realized everything, so I need not work. On the other hand, they work more. Why? Yadyada charati shreshtas
यदा चरति श्रेष्ठस्
tatta devetaro janaha
तत्तदेवेतरो जनः
sayat pramanam kurute
स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते
lokas tadanuvartate.
लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Because we love following our heroes. We love to imitate. We want to do whatever that person does. That's why you have people, celebrities in advertisements. Because once they wash their face and say that, look, I'm so fair, then everybody will go and use that. So like that, whatever greater person does, everyone imitates that. That's the way. See, it's advertisement is not something new, right? It's coming on from your. न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम्
न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम्
त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन
त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन
नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम्
नानवाप्तम् अवाप्तव्यम्
वर्त एव च कर्मणि
वर्त एव च कर्मणि
यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम्
यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम्
जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः
जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः
मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते
मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते
मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः.
मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः.
I have no work. There's nothing which I can't get, but still I work. Because the moment I stop working, everyone will imitate me. And they will stop everything and there'll be only destruction everywhere. Utsideyurime loka
उस्सिदेयुर्मे लोका
na kuryam karma chedaham
न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम्
sankarasya cha kartasyam
शङ्करस्य च कर्तास्याम्
upahanyami ma prajaha.
उपहन्यामि मा प्रजाः.
So if I don't work, I am going to be the reason for the destruction of whatever I have created. Because He is our Father. He is the creator of this universe, sustainer and also the dissolver. But there is a rule, there is a discipline in this world. There is a rhythm which everyone follows. The sun rises at the same time. He says, well, I can't say the same time. Sunrise times differ. But then there is a rhythm. There are, of course, humans have succeeded in even disturbing that rhythm. Otherwise, we had 4 seasons. So everywhere nature follows a rhythm, a pattern. And so this discipline is very essential for progress. Why is this world created? Swamiji says it's the gymnasium where we have come to train. We are here to train ourselves and we are here to go out of our bondages. So I have to be under this discipline. Sakta karmanya vidvamso
Sakam karmanya vidvamso
yatha kurvanti bharata
yatha kurvanti bharata
kuryad vidvans tata saktas
kuryat vidvans tata sakta
chikisho loka sangraham.
chikishu loka samgraham.
Let's stop with this. He says that as ordinary people, ignorant people, they work with all their efforts to get something like that. The liberated people, they also work with equal detachment. Why? To set an example. Because as he said, whatever a great person will do, everyone will imitate. So to set an example, they are doing like that. When somebody asked Holy Mother, Mother, why are you working so hard? She answered, I have done whatever is necessary, more is necessary to be an example for others. So that's where we will stop today. So let's go with chanting. Okay. I will request you to please chant Gita or these mantras. It won't take much time, but as I said, these will create positive vibrations within you and the place where you are in. And it's very helpful for spirituality, spiritual progress. And whenever I chant, I always remember Swamiji. If there was no Swami Vivekananda, we women at least, we wouldn't have the privilege of holding the Vedas, the Shastras in our hand. It was Swamiji who gave us this opportunity. So let's be proud and be thankful to Swamiji.